Hello everyone. It is pleasure to host this live broadcast. We are today going to discuss opportunities in the e-gaming and esports arena. We have with us eminent panelists Parshav Jain, who is co-founder of MGMeSports. We have with us Khuaran, who is the CEO of Hashbytes Studios. He is based out of Pune. Parshav is based out of Bangalore, and we will be joined by Vibhor Garg also. He has just joined in. Vibhor is the co-founder of Bonanza Interactive. It is a gaming company which is providing services and building games. We'll also be joined by Rahul Trivedi in a short while. He is the co-founder of StartupNews.fyi. Today, the what we are going to talk about is various kinds of opportunities which this gaming sector provides. This is a very upcoming sector, and a lot of buzz has been around. We have seen a lot of interest by players and by, in fact, a lot of people who are sitting idle at home. They are using the e-games or the sports, online sports, as an alternate mechanism of entertainment. It has largely replacing the on TVs or the streams we are seeing on the mobiles, films. So it is largely catching up with the audience, and it's a big money also. Let me tell you, we are seeing a lot of revenue, and we know that Dream 11 has already become a unicorn. Unicorn means $1 billion company. So as we speak, it is a huge market space. I will first ask Vibhor Garg to share his thoughts, what he's doing, how he sees the future of this gaming industry, and what kind of opportunity he sees for employment and other things. Vibhor.
Uh, Thank you, Anshul. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk on this platform. I would like to welcome my other panelists and our viewers. First of all, I would like to wish you a good health and hope you are keeping yourself safe from virus in this tough time. So you guys please be safe and stay at home. This talk is about online gaming, and my focus will be on casino games. So I think you must heard about casino games like bingo, slot, poker, blackjack, roulette, or sport betting. So in India, we also play some kind of game like Teen Patti, which is nothing but poker, or Tambola, which is a kind of bingo game. Bingo is very famous in American market. So we know about casino game, and casino games are very addictive because neither a player who is winning want to leave the game, or nor who is losing. So these are very addictive games, and uh, I started Bonanza Interactive a few years back. At Bonanza, we create game end to end. I mean, game math, game logic, creative software for our clients across the globe. We have good clients from US, Europe, UK. Uh, we have clients from Australia, Japan, Hong Kong. So we are covering most of the jurisdiction where casino games are allowed. And uh, I think this is a huge market, and our startup is recognized by Interministerial Board, which is give certificate to startups. So there are, I think, more 300 startups all over India. So we are among those who get this recognition. So I will thank you, Startup Bazaar, for helping me in this. So if I'll talk about market size, so I was amazed to see when I first entered in this space. So trust me, guys, it is huge. So uh, I think online gambling market in 2019 is valued around 53.7 billion US dollar, and it is expected to grow at 11.5% annually for next 5 to 10 years. And I think the main reason behind this growth is high internet penetration and increased use of mobile phones. And there are many other factors which are driving this growth, like easy access of online portal, uh, there is easy legalizations, there is cultural approval. So people are preferring, they are not feeling bad to go casino and playing casino games. There is a lot of corporate sponsorship, celebrity endorsement. So these factors are driving growth of casino games. And I think there is one more important thing behind online casino game, which is its profitability. So these are more profitable than real casino. So the companies running in this space, they have leverage to pass their profit to their players in terms of higher return to player. And recent outbreak of COVID-19 is positively favoring online gaming. So countries all over the world are under lockdown. People are staying home. They are playing more games. They are spending their time on device. So I think in future also this event will have long-term impact, and I think we will see more number of online players. And if I'll talk about its future in India and other emerging markets, so as far as I know, there are more than 84 countries where online gambling is legal, and many other countries are working towards it. They are making it legal. They are amending their law and allow online gambling. So, and in India, there are some games like skill-based game like Teen Patti or Rummy, which we can play from real money. But some games like chance-based game, like slot games, bingo, roulette, these are not allowed in India. Some states allow it, like Goa and Sikkim, but mostly in country it is not allowed. Uh, but and from what I know, India is working towards legalizing some betting sports like cricket or something. So in future, maybe we can see betting is legalized in India. But let's see what happen in future. And regarding the opportunity, as you know, so as any industry grow, so job opportunity grows in parallel. So we require people from different skill set uh, to develop a game. So for example, we require mathematicians who work on different probabilities and statistics, who create game logic, uh, who decide payout of game, usage of the game. So people who are interested in probability and statistics, who are good at computer programming, can explore this domain, because gambling is all about probability and statistics. So this is a good domain for them. They can explore it. We required creative people like artists, animators, and sound designers who create graphics, animations, and give music to game. And apart from this, we required some specialists from other domain like tax expert, legal expert, or hardware provider, server provider. So I mean, as industry grows, so these type of opportunity will grow definitely. And if I'll talk about opportunity for entrepreneurs, so if we want to launch a game in regulated market, so it required a ecosystem. It has two parts, front end and back end. On front end, game creative runs, so game GUI runs, and on back end, game logic, uh, RNG, it runs. So this framework or ecosystem need to be certified through gaming authority. So we are at Bonanza. We have some games which are running from online, and we are have partnership with some clients. So they have already this type of ecosystem with them. So we are sharing revenue with them. So I think if some software company can come forward and develop such type of ecosystem and platform, so I think this will be a huge benefit for them. And I can see a lot of scope is there. Apart from this, uh, company having especially specialization in mobile app development can develop many type of mobile games in with the casino games, and company expert in CRM or database management or artificial intelligence, so they can explore this opportunity. There are a lot of AR and VR work going on in this domain. So I think they, as industry will go, so definitely a lot of opportunity will come in this domain. So this is all I want to share with you guys, which will give you insight of this domain. And if you have any question, I'm here. You can ask me later in this talk. Thank you.
So I'll now request, thank you, Vibhor, for sharing your valuable thoughts. I'll now request Parshav to share his thoughts and what kind of opportunities he's seeing and what kind of
Thank you.
business he is generating out of this gaming section.
Sure. Thanks, Anshul, for the invitation. And I'm glad to share the screen with among eminent speakers over here. And so my name is Parshav Jain. I'm co-founder at MyGameMate MGMeSports. So it's a esports platform where we want to provide same celebrity status to the esports player, which is enjoyed by any other sportsman or athlete or a celebrity. So we want to make them popular like that. Okay, so we are creating that platform so underdogs players can get that opportunity. So esports globally is almost $1 billion market, and almost so okay. Just let me ask if anybody knows. Let me tell you first what is. Okay, so when online multiplayer gaming gets a spectator mode, that becomes esports. So that's a and in India at least a lot of people really confused with esports with gaming or real money gaming or fantasy sports. So it's a totally different segment of esports, which is like to more about to get some benefit, or any sports is successful if there are two most important things. One is there should be a name and fame to the player, and also there has to be a good content which can be consumed by the players, by the audience watching it. So it should be a delight to watch the content. So that's the very important reason. If there is no content or if there are no audience, there is no sports, whether it is physical sports or it's esports. So that's one of the and opportunities over here, at least in India. So it's still very nascent stage. A lot of people, mainly college going students, okay, are coming up forward to take up this as an opportunity. And mobile esports is, I believe, it's at the same place in India where e-commerce was there in late 90s. There's a huge potential for players who wants to perform, for tournament operators. So there are a lot of categories which falls into in esports. One, there are people who organizes tournaments, so that becomes a tournament operator. Then a person becomes himself a player. Okay, so they become a competitive player. Then there are people who knows how to entertain, so they earn the money by like going live on the YouTube or Facebook. That's called content. So apart from that, like then VFX artists and all those people are in like separately different. Definitely there are people. So on esports now, they are become themselves, at least in India, PUBG is very getting popular. I'm sure a lot of people knows about this. And there are a couple of gamers or content creators who have crossed around say 10 million of subscribers on YouTube, and brands are approaching them now to make their brand popular among the millennials. And so they are like very much so they becomes like, say for example, there are TikTok influencers, so they are becoming esports influencers. So that's where esports is growing in India. And then other industries, for the PC gaming, a lot of people are opening up their cafes in India and various market locations where high-end PCs. So to play games like Dota or Counter Strike, League of Legends, it needs high-end computers, and which is really not affordable. And also, people or companies, or sorry, people or parents don't encourage their children to buy a PC just for gaming. So both affordability and mindset challenge is still there in India. So that's why the cafe business is also really good, because like high end PC, it ranges cost around 2 to 3 lakhs rupees. And if there is a cafe who organizes all these pieces, so they can rent it out on an hourly basis, like we used to go in our childhood days to go and play in a gaming video game parlor. So still the market is same. So people goes over there and pay on a monthly as a hourly basis. Subscriptions are there, so that's there an opportunity. Then so again, then it becomes a competitive flavor where one cafe players have a fight or a battle, online battle with the another cafe. So it's become a very interesting proposition where in PC gaming as well. So any question till now? Anybody want to say something, add something?
So, Parshav, what is there in for the brand managers or the advertisers? How can they utilize this kind of tournaments and space?
Sure. As so nowadays, at least, so it becomes a really tough thing to for brands to spend because of the all economy slowdown. But otherwise, if it is, it's going fine. So there, it's a very good opportunity for brands to do carry out a tournament for the brand promotion, and which, for example, buying a say. An IPL team or sponsoring a physical sports is very difficult and very expensive, not affordable at all. And the reach which it provides, it can be the similar reach can be provided through an online esports tournament. And so brands can leverage at a very less cost, and the larger wide audience which they can capture. And mainly lot of audience is college going youngsters, age bracket maybe from say 17 to 24. That's the age bracket. And also, so after people cross that limit of age, when they become so every sports have a retirement age, okay, because like it needs lot of almost 10 hours of practice on a daily basis. Then you watch other players match other teams matches, so that they can learn the strategy which they are implementing. So it's a full time opportunity, and a sports like any other where you have to practice a lot. Similarly over here in esports also, people, anybody who wants to make a career, they have to practice a lot. And slowly gradually I can tell you, like after 1 year of time, there will be a lot of college, you can say courses which will be included in the colleges and universities, so that like as a who can be a caster. Okay, so caster is like a commentator in what we call in a cricket game. So there, whenever there is a match which goes live, so there is a commentary which happens on the background and people follows those. So that's another opportunity in esports, become a caster. Or so you need to have a in-depth knowledge. So after a person crosses that limit of, say for example, if he becomes if he's getting bored by playing and he wants a retirement, so he can become a coach or a manager to the new team, and or he becomes a caster. Casting opportunities are there. So like different opportunities are there. And so that's it. I'm still connected. If anybody have any question, would be happy to answer it. And now I would request Harsh to.
Just a moment, Pasha. We have some queries going around.
Oh,
So this one is for, I think Vibhor can answer this. This one is from Nitin Goyal. Is there any opportunity for statisticians and how to get into this business?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, gambling is all about probability and statistics. So any person who has good knowledge in statistics and probability can explore this this domain. There is one more thing. Suppose we create any game. So before going live, before starting production, we need to build a simulation. So simulation is built on any programming language. So if a statistician have a good knowledge in programming, so that combination will work in game mathematician profile. So first thing is you require good probability knowledge. Second is programming skill. So you can explore this opportunity. There is huge opportunity for such type of people.
So Kamaljeet ji is asking whether an election analyst can be roped into for this probability and statistics. Election analyst,
Election analyst.
can
So
they be roped into gaming business because they are very good at probability mapping?
so if you know probability and you know programming, because if you know any one thing, so that will not work. So
Okay.
any person is welcome in this domain.
So basically, some programming knowledge is also important to get into
Yeah,
this business.
this is very, yeah, this is must, because
Great.
now these days game are complexity of game is keep increasing. So only having we build any algorithm. So first we need to test that algorithm through simulation. So yeah, I have built this algorithm. Is it working fine or not? So programming knowledge is very important. So anyone who
Right.
have these two
Right.
domain
So there is
knowledge,
one
so
more
they can
query.
work.
Yeah, there is one more query. I think this is for Parshav. What is the typical cost if anyone hires esports influencer like on Instagram? Things start even from 200 and goes on.
Goes on to up to maybe a lakh or 2 lakh rupees.
Yeah. So what do you feel
It's,
that in esports influencer, how much would he
yes.
charge?
Okay, so again, it depends upon how much is the popularity of that influencer, and how long is there going to be an association with them, and a lot of factors, whether like there could be a revenue sharing deal with them or not as a royalty. So a lot of options are there, but again, okay, just to add on what I've just mentioned, there an opportunity, there are companies who just manage these influencers. Okay, so they do what they go in a esports event, okay, offline esports event where all these players are there. They make, they contact them and they onboard people or esports influencer who have like good fan following. Okay, and then uh, on the other hand, they go to brands and tell you, okay, these are the influencers we have who have say 5 lakh subscribers, 10 lakh subscribers, and then they go and pitch, okay, okay, how much, then it's all about then comes up to the negotiation. Okay, how much brand is willing to pay, what's the ROI brand can see into that.
Great. There is one more query, but I will take it on later. That is basically regarding the regulations which are governing e-game as of now. There is one more query which is directed towards Parshav. Harsh, sorry, we'll just come to you. Parshav, it says that 70 to 80% of revenue comes from sponsorships for esports. Say a large organization sponsor or co-sponsor an event. How do you see the impact of their investments in the value chain?
uh, Impact of their investment in the value chain.
Basically, how are they supposed to gain out of the sponsorships which they are making for the tournaments?
Sure. So generally, okay, just I'll share maybe. Am I allowed to share a screen? I'll share it. Okay, I'll take this answer a little later. Okay, and I'll answer that.
Sure.
Recently, India Today has done a PUBG tournament. I'll just show us some statistics. So they've mentioned they are claiming, okay, the about their reach has reached to almost 88 million people. The about the impressions. So concurrent watching on YouTube went to 60,000. When, like, you can imagine 60,000 people watching a PUBG match on YouTube. So that's the impact they have.
Right. You can
And
share the screen. Probably we'll come to that later. I'll
yes,
now invite Harsh, who is the CEO of Hashbytes Studio, and he's based out of Pune. Harsh, welcome, and please share your thoughts on this industry and your journey till date.
Yeah. So hi guys. I would like to thank Anshul first, like for providing us the opportunity to share our thoughts on this platform, and also I would like to welcome all other panelists. And they already shared like an amazing thoughts. Definitely that gonna help everybody who are watching. So let me tell you guys about myself. So I'm Harsh, and I'm the founder of Hashbytes Studio, and we are based in Pune, and we are moreover focused on the games, mobile game development, PC game development, and which is leading. Now we are leading to the console game development as well, because we are developing a product on Nintendo Switch, which will be coming in the market next month. Okay, so I would like to share the thoughts in a way like as a hash byte, what we are doing, and how the games are creating the opportunity in the market, how it will help you personally and professionally as well. So basically, in Hashbyte Studio, we are providing end-to-end solution for developing the games. For example, if somebody want to develop a game, so we just start from the concept writing, and then we decide how the game will flow. Then we do the design, development, and QA. It's a very long process, and I would say uh, it's a kind of a dream for everyone as well, because I spent whole of my childhood playing the games all the time. And what can be more beautiful than this, that right now in my profession I'm just developing the games as well. So earlier I was playing the game, now I'm responsible for developing the games as well. So whenever we develop a game and somebody play, it brings a smile or like some kind of attention to the users. We always give us the happiness to develop it. So we are doing all kind of mobile games, and we already launched two games so far, and one is the Battle Cow, which is already there, available on the market, and that has crossed like 50,000 downloads last month, and still we are going with that game. And another one of the product we are like launching next week is we just try to develop a game for the girls, small girls, kids, or so that they can just entertain themselves while during the lockdown. So we will be launching that game next week. So far the journey is amazing. I would like to share some thoughts to all the young entrepreneurs over there, or like who are thinking to get into the gaming business. So first of all, there is no criteria to come into the gaming business that you should have that kind of experience, or like you should have some suitable experience before starting your journey. Because when I just passed my college, so I just started into a startup. So I was a founding member of a studio in Chandigarh. Earlier, I was there, and we just started like with two people over there. So if you have the passion and the zeal to do what you like, because the gaming is something that I love to do. So if you also have that passion, that will derive you guys, and it will also create the opportunity. So you don't have to worry about the opportunity once you will just leave your home to be something or to do something for the world. Then you will definitely get the opportunity. So from there we started a studio, and then after like 5 years I started a dedicated studio, which was my dream studio in Pune. So far the journey is amazing. Now I would like to like tell you how the gaming will help you professionally and personally as well. So as Parshav was telling us, like there is a trend now. For example, you just go to a cricket stadium to watch a match. You can see you have to pay for a ticket, and now there are like 80 to 90,000 audience filled over there as well. So in nowadays the trend is like that. If you go and watch any eSports event, if you go and watch a PUBG match or anything, so you will definitely find 80 to 90,000, or in some channels 60,000 people who are like watching your stream. So personally it creates an opportunity for you. If you are an influencer, if you love playing games, if you like want to play games, just play the games and share your stream to the world. And definitely in future, if you raise the I will say audience over there, it will help you professionally as well to earn some good money out of it. So it is something, if you are playing, why not play with whole world? So at least it will boost like your professional life as well, in order to earn something out of it. And second way is, this is the one way. If you are just playing the game, if you are just exploring the game by playing it, and you are enjoying it and just you streaming it, Now, second, when we come to the development of games, so I would say in gaming, in a layman language, creating a game is similarly very same as creating a movie. So in order to create a movie, if you see a lot of movies, so in order to create a movie, you need a script, then you need the sets, then you need the locations, and then you have to design the location, and then you have to select your main hero, then you have to build a storyline. So same we are doing in the gaming. So what we do, we just start with the script. So that we call a storyteller. So there is an opportunity, if you want, if you are good in script, you can join as a storyteller. Then after that, we need the concept, like how we will set up everything in the game and how it will appear. Then you can explore yourself as a concept artist, so that you can create the concept. This is another opportunity that you can join in the for the gaming studio. And after that, we just move ahead. We do the setups and designs everything. So this is another opportunity. If you can join as a 3D artist, 2D artist, then you can also join as an animator. Once we'll start moving the elements, and then we come about the development, in which in order to join or in order to explore the opportunity in game development, if you are going into the mobile or the console boss segment. So we have two major development engine. One is called Unity, which Hashbyte use. Like I would say, 90% we are using the Unity 3D. So guys, if you are in college and you have some vision that you want to go into the game development, these are the tools that you should explore first. And second is the Unreal Game Engine. So Unreal Game Engine are mostly used for, I would say, console games or the PC games, even the mobile games. So if you want to explore the difference, PUBG is developed on Unreal Game Engine, as well as there are a lot of other games which are like developed on the Unity game engine. So you can also go and look whatever game you admire, so how they have built and which tool they have used to build that game. So you can find an opportunity, so learn about the tool and just get into the market. And now these are the segments. One is like playing the game, and one is like exploring as a professional. And even I would like to say, in Unity, you can say explore all the opportunities, because mostly right now in India, companies are doing the development in Unity 3D, because moreover in India we are doing a lot of mobile game development, so that comes under the Unity, which is a very good tool in order to explore the opportunity in the Unity 3D. So I would say to the young entrepreneurs who are still in college, or like who has the vision to start something, as when I joined my first venture, so I would say I was a very average kid, so I didn't had I would say very good academic scores during the college and the school. But again, I would say just don't take it as a disappointment. Don't take it as a social pressure that you don't have that much of marks, or you don't have that much of qualification. The only thing you should look inside is your passion. So just follow your passion. What kind of passion you have, whether you want into the game development, whether you want to become an influencer, whatever derives you, just go and search the things and just do it. So when you start, you will get all the things aligned, and the things will come in your favor time to time. So it takes time. And second thing is, don't lose your patience, even you are like going to a very hard time, or like if you are like going if the things are not working fine. So it's not like every day is not the same, and every day brings you a new opportunity. So just be passionate, be patient, and just whatever you have in your mind, just start it. Just write it down, pen it down, start, like write down all your goals, the small goal, big goals, and definitely you're gonna explore a lot of things in your life. So now, how Hashbird Studio is like providing the opportunities to youngsters, or like the people who just like completed the college and who want to join as a in a game studio. So basically, we are totally a game studio, and we do development of gaming only. So we target mobile game, as I told you earlier, and the Steam games as well, and the console games as well. So it is something from past 2 years we have increase the bandwidth of our like team. So we have hired a lot of 2D designers, 2D concept artists, 3D animators, 3D designer, Unity 3D developers, and the game tester and content writer. So these are the some segments in which we have planned to hire like more people as well, and we will be creating more opportunities in the future. So you can just stay tuned and get the updates, and definitely we'll just try to as much as opportunities for the people out there. And right now the time is a bit I would say hard. So I hope whomsoever is watching these are very much safe from this COVID pandemic, and I would request you guys to stay home. So try to be safe, and I would say enjoy the games. This is the best time you have got to explore about yourself, to explore what you want to do in your life. Whether if you want to be a gamer, I don't think so. You will get more good or quality time than this during the lockdown to explore the opportunities and to read how the things work and just to get into the market. Okay, so and if you want to explore the opportunity of a gaming as a business, so now we have talked about the two segments. One is like the developer, and we have also second is who are just a esports gamer. If you want to explore the opportunity for gaming as a business, you can develop games, you can develop your products, and I will tell you there are like many ways of monetization in the game. So the top two ways are you can show a lot of advertisement in the game from which you earn the money, and the more people play your game and more they will see the ads. So it is a ad network. From here you can monetize the game and earn some money, earn some revenue of your on your investment. And second major source is the in-app purchases. So when, for example, if we are everybody is playing PUBG, and you can see there are a lot of things that you can buy as an in-app in the PUBG. So the same is the concept with all the games in which we have a lot of, for example, if we are have a car racing game, so you can buy two or three different cars in the game by spending the money. So these are the basic things or the basic monetization part from where an investor can earn out of the game development or like the games which are for mobile. And I would say the opportunity is also very huge for investors as well, because we have billion of users, and the power of mobile is something you have that mobile all the time in your pocket, and you can just target your user into their pocket. So it's like they have the mobile, and you can target them, and if they are downloading it, if they are loving your content, if your content is unique, so definitely you have a very long way to go in the market. So I will just wrap up the conversation over here. So, guys, as a profession, so as a personal life, as an investor, I just try to elaborate the ways how you can how gaming can help you in your future, like in your whatever plans you have in order to start your professional life. So these are the ways that you can explore into the gaming, and I would say gaming is something which got a boom into the COVID. So when in the world every business is struggling to get back into the performance because of the COVID, everything is locked down, and we got a very bad hit into the market. But you can see the only gaming is something which is booming, because the more people are at home, the more they have the quality time. They are just trying to spend and play the game. So which all also gives the opportunities for to all developer and investor to get new games into the market, because this is the best time to explore. So yes, so I would say just go for your passion. If you love playing games, if you play game a lot of time, like most of the time, then don't waste that time in just playing. Either go as an influencer, or just go and explore. If you want to, if you want to feel that thing, like I also want to develop a game that million of users play, then just go and find out how you can do that. It will be a very nice thing to do. So yes, so the gaming is a very bright future. I would say explore as much you can. Thank you.
Anshul, we can't hear you. I think you're on
Yeah.
mute.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Harsh. Thanks for sharing your valuable thoughts. And it was wonderful that you listed out so many opportunities for the people out there. And it's a big opportunity area, and e-gaming is the next big thing. We all know. There's one query. I think let's add Parshav again. There's one query with regard to mindset of Indian parents regarding education. What are your views on growth of esports in India? So, Parshav, would you like to take that up?
Sure. Mrinal, I would like to say it's a mindset, not a mindset problem. I'll say it's all about understanding and knowledge, and also how much passionate an individual is. For example, if you like, I've been into the business for almost like 7-8 months. Okay, interacting with a lot of students and who are playing PUBG, especially. Okay, so it's though we are saying okay, I'll say okay, this is a people used to say it's a casual gaming. Okay, casual gaming. Why? Because there is no professional career around gaming. That's why still it was called. There was no platform which can give that recognition to people or players. Okay, that's taken as a professional career. Now opportunity is there, but how sincerely you as an individual are playing a game, that becomes a big question. What as per my experience. So if I tell you, okay, how much in a tennis match, okay, in a match, how much the winner gets, it's all approximately $2 million. Okay, and now if I tell you, okay, Fortnite winner gets $3 million as a prize money, whether your parents will stop, but it all becomes up to an individual how much passionate you are for games, or whether you are really serious to take it as a career. Because a lot of time it happens, okay, people start a thing but they drop just because they start just because of a wave. Now as I mentioned, esports is like a wave nowadays. Every person is started talking about esports without even understanding what exactly esports is. So if you are passionate, so parents will understand. I don't until unless
Yeah,
you
correct.
yes,
Parents will
parents will
definitely
not surrender.
understand the money matters absolutely. Pasha, we have
Yes.
another. You are the hot person right now. We have another query for you. Once the gamers and team ecosystems mature in India, do you think the team transfer process will mature? How is it happening currently in India versus internationally? Just like IPL teams transfer hands, so how is it going to happen in the esports arena?
Uh, Wonderful. So this is what MGM is doing. So we are trying to create a leagues where like we'll tell, okay, bring brands and all these competitive players together, okay, and tell the performances of these teams and players. Okay, this player has so much of winning percentage, and or you can say the win rate of this player. This team is this much. Okay, this team is working for the last 1 year consistently. Okay, they have the same team. Generally, okay, we sponsored a team. Okay, after and during an event, those four people started fighting against each other. Like it became so messy. And I then as an organization we took a call. Was till the time a team is not together at least for a 6 months, we will not sponsor any team. So that's a different. That's where it becomes will all those data points. Even if brand wants to buy a team, they don't have any clarity which team they should approach, which team they should buy, what's the integrity of the team. So that's another business line. I can tell you there is an organization in Mumbai who are working to coach the teams about the as a sportsman, as a player, how a player should behave as a team in a team. So that's another opportunity. So definitely it's a huge, and lot of teams are being bought and sold. And so the highest value of a team, one of the it's range $300 million, just a team. So it's a
Great,
huge
great. Thanks, Parshav. Thanks a lot. That was a great input. I will now invite Rahul Trivedi. He is the co-founder of StartupNews.fyi. He'll talk about some investing trends into the e-gaming arena, and then I will take it over from him to talk about what are the kind of legal issues and the taxation issues which this gaming industry is facing right now. Rahul.
Hi, Anshul. Thank you for organizing this, and thank you for inviting me over. Like all the eminent panelists who spoke before me, they mentioned that there are a lot of opportunities into the e-gaming space. Just to put it into numbers, I'll tell you, there as of today, as per some estimates, there are more than 200 million e-gamers in India right now. Probably my mother would also count as a e-gamer who may play Ludo or somebody else. Because they all become part of the industry, and they're driving this, fueling this growth which is happening. And during this lockdown, most of the people are sitting at home, and this number has taken a huge jump. So, and couple of reasons behind it, obviously, very obvious reasons being the prices of data going down. The mobile penetration has gone up from 6% to 28%. So, the more and more smartphone penetration, I'm talking about smartphone phone penetration. So, more number of people now have access to mobile gaming platforms, and because these are casual gaming systems, so they're in the gaming industry. My colleague panelists would agree with me. The gaming industry is divided into two formats. One is the serious gaming industry, where games like Halo or Call of Duty falls in, where like, these are serious gaming thing. And then there is the Fruit Ninja and these kind of games come in, where which is just easy to play, and
We lost you, Rahul, for a
so
couple of seconds. Can you repeat the
having
names of serious games which you mentioned just now? We lost you for a couple of moments.
I'm thinking serious games would be something like a PUBG or a Call of Duty and those kind of games. And Harsh and Parshav can correct me if I'm wrong. But the casual games would be any game which you just download and play for some time. Temple Run and Fruit Ninjas and chess and Ludos of the world. And most of the people are now want to get into that space. And like Harsh was mentioning, there's a lot of opportunities into this space. People advertising, more number of people playing these games, and then that's as the number of people playing the games increases, the prices of in-app advertisements go up, and obviously the chances of sales within the games also go up. However, for VCs, casual gaming doesn't uh, seem to be a very good bet for investment purposes. So because these are not serious players, people don't stick for long. They just come in, probably watch some, pay for something, may not pay for something. Advertisements don't generate such a huge revenue, which may be interesting for VCs. So, however, in this space, in the recent times, if you have seen, and Parsha was mentioning about this e-gaming fantasy games have come in, where you can make teams, you can buy players, you can sell players. Probably more of which Vibhor was mentioning, casino games, and these kind of games have started coming in, and that's where the interest for VCs has come in, because this is something between a serious gaming platform and a casual gaming platform, a mix of that. Very easy to play games are there, but people are spending more number of time, and the average time has increased. People are ready to pay for these. That is why the companies like Dream 11 or MPL have got such a huge funding. Dream 11 has crossed a billion valuation of US $1 billion. So become the first gaming unicorn in India. So the VCs are interested in this segment. So whereas when Harsh was mentioning that there are more number of there are mo- hello, where more number of people are ready to pay for the services used, probably small fees for joining the game or making a team. And that's where the games are very interactive, where people would want to spend more and more time. though if you are able to develop those kind of games or platforms, and that is where the VC segment is very much interested in, and this segment is also seeing a 20% CAGR growth. So I think this industry is going to be $1 billion industry anyways in revenues. So it's a very good time to be in this industry. And I think Anshul, if I can take 1 minute more, there was a question which came regarding the Indian families being serious about gaming and all those stuff. So
Sure, Rahul.
Anshul,
Go ahead.
if you would, which Parshav has very correctly answered, but I'll add one point that we all people who are today playing those games and forming those generations are part of that generation where parents where we used to take 4 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 1 rupee coins and go out and used to play video games between our coaching classes and all those stuff. So and even at that point in time, our parents were more focused and used to push us towards more towards education rather than gaming. And still, people like Parshav, Harsh, and Vibhor are here on the panel who are running huge gaming companies in India, and probably hundreds of people from that generation are here who are running gaming companies, and probably thousands and thousands of people from that generation are minting millions and making a lot of money into the esports segment. So Mrinal, in any generation, people and parents would always want that you should go and do your studies, and which you should do, because education is would only take certain part of your time. But you can always focus on something which you are passionate about, which Harsh was mentioning. That if you're passionate about gaming, please feel free to be focusing on that segment, probably develop a new game or probably pursue your career onto that side. And eventually, as Pasha was also mentioning, that if you can pursue sports, and in fact our honorable prime minister also says that, and their government schemes that you should be pursuing more games and more sports, be it esports or probably sports, physical sports, so that we're moving towards a fitter India. And there are now a lot of opportunities apart from cricket also, where you can generate a lot of as your sustainability, you can generate a lot of income also. But having said that, do keep focus on your education.
Great. We are
I
getting a lot of queries. We are getting a lot of queries. This one, we have got 3 queries. I'll take one by one. 2 minutes answer. I will request 2 minutes answer, because then we will move on to the legal and the tax issues in this particular arena. So this is query from Gaurav. Which are the brands or organizations buying esport gamers such as Liquid, OG, Fnatic, uh, present internationally? So, Parshav, if you can just throw some light on what kind of brands are there in India. You are on mute.
Okay. Hi. So Gaurav, about organizations which are buying are mainly into you can say OEMs, mobile manufacturers like OnePlus owns the team. Okay, a lot of HP, Intel, Nvidia companies into PC who makes PC or provides data or provides components to the PC games. Okay, so that becomes teams who buys the organization in. And so there are like companies like Mercedes, Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, like all those brands engage with Nike, have a deal with one of our international company, international esports team.
Good. So we'll come to next question. It's, do you have some international companies in e-gaming in India? Are they making money from India or just investing? So I think there are a lot of companies who are, because e-gaming is obviously virtual world. So there are
It's
companies who are
I will not
internationally
say
there, and
I will not
they
see
are
any focus or any today now. At least in you just put it on a Play Store, you become a global company. Okay, so you really it become so there is no international or national competition, or you can say. So I'm sitting over here and I can make say teams from Pakistan or Bangladesh play. So it's not really a border thing which is there in at least in the esports segment.
so
Unlike
issue
like
is different. Pasha, the question is about international companies coming into e-game in India. So whether the international e-gaming companies have a focus of targeting Indian audience. So I think that is there. There are multinational companies operating and throwing games into the Indian market, and we find a lot of games which are there on the Play Store or the iOS platform. We have games, built
Okay.
by a lot of international companies also. Yeah, Parshav, go ahead.
The
Yeah, I think like a
EA
lot of
Sports, Apple, these are the anyways companies investing into Indian market and developing Indian clients.
yeah, a lot of international studios are operating in India. Like GamesLoft is GamesLoft. So there are companies like Tencent, PUBG is there, Epic Games, Electronic, Ubisoft. So lot of international companies are there, are operating in India, and also they are investing in India, Indian companies, and they are making really. So it was a myth before PUBG ki, okay, Indians don't spend on games, or it was said ki, okay, India was a like the Indians are like India is a poor country, they don't spend on in-app purchases. So all those myths are now clear. If your game is good, people make in-app purchases.
There's one more query for Harsh. Harsh, how do you see
Yes.
artificial intelligence impacting gaming industry in next 5 years?
Okay, so I would say even currently, artificial intelligence you can consider is a backbone for gaming industry. So I will just explain the artificial intelligence is whenever, though the trend is there for the multiplayer games, but whenever you play game against a CPU, so it is generally considered as an artificial intelligence who take the moves by itself and who get very smart enough to take the moves like when it depends on us how intelligent we make the artificial intelligence. So I would say it is the backbone for gaming industry in all three aspects. So even while developing the game, it is very important because if we have a good AI implemented in a game, then only it will resist user to play. Because if a game is not challenging, then nobody want to play that. Then they consider it. It is like very easy. I just complete it. They will just uninstall the game. So there we have to implement AI in very smart way. That according to the audience, we can we always create three modes: easy, medium, hard. So if a person who is new to the game, he can play the easy mode. Then we have the medium, then we are hard. So even so from past 1 or 2 years, we got a lot of tools for AI, which already help to build the AI very strong, in which the AI itself make by playing the game, AI itself make itself very smart. That while playing the game, it get a lot of new rules for the game, and then it do the turns accordingly. And this is the development way where the AI is backbone, and in the next 5 years, or even 10 years or 20 years, the AI will be still the backbone for the gaming industry. Now, when we talk about the user acquisition, now again AI is playing very important role because now we run the ad based on the Facebook, Twitter, and everything whatsoever platforms are there. So first, the AI identify the same interest. For example, if I love car games, so if AI or Facebook knows whatever my interest is there. So suppose I am exploring a lot about cars. So what how they work is in the Facebook advertisement platform when you will try to advertise your game, so it will select the target audience according to interest. So if I am like marketing a car racing game, then Facebook will show that ad to particular those people who have the interest in the cars, who explore a lot of things on Facebook related to cars. So there is like on the user acquisition, the AI is like playing an important role. At the same time, from the revenue part, again AI also playing an important role because now from the AI only we get to know which is the user, which we have to target for a particular game. So it saves a lot of cost for the user. Then it is something we are just trying to show that advertisement to those audience who are already interested in the content on which our game is developed, and definitely there are higher chances or brighter chances too that they're gonna like download that game and play that game. So in all three segments, user acquisition, revenue, and development of a game, AI is the backbone. So yes, it has a very long way to go if somebody want to explore their profession in AI, this is the best time. And we got a lot of tools, like people are using Python to develop the AI. So these are some of the tools like they use, and it is very interesting job as well. So yes, it is the backbone of gaming industry.
All right. Thanks, Harsh. Thanks. That was great. Now I have one window to share, which was the query that what is the kind of opportunities and what is the kind of reach you have as of now. So I will just give me a moment. I will share one screen with you if it comes. Mm, Somehow it's not visible. So I'll share it later on. So let's come on to the tax and legal issues which we are facing in the e-gaming arena. You would all see that a lot of talk is there whether the fantasy games which we are seeing on making teams and team-based games, making a pool of prize money where the participants, the team players, contribute a pool of prize money and the winner takes the all money. Whereas the platform, the service provider, or the gaming company takes some commission out of that money. In GST, there is a big issue which is going around that whether the GST is applicable on the entire pool money which is created out of this game or only on the commission which is charged by the facilitator. Say, for example, if a company is organizing a tournament of 10 players and they are charging 100 rupee each from one of each player, then the pool of prize money will be 1000. Say, for example, the prize money distributed is 900 and 100 rupees taken by the gaming company. Then the question, which is a big question, and a lot of notices have been issued to various companies, is that whether GST is likely to be paid on the 1000 rupees of the pool money, or whether it is payable only on the 100 rupee, which is the actual income of the gaming company. So these are the kind of issues which we are seeing as of now. The industry is evolving, and as the industry is evolving, the tax issues are also evolving. The another tax issue, which is from the income tax side, is whether you need to withhold, you need to deduct any TDS on the prize money which you are giving to the player. So that is also a big issue, because a lot of times some people interpret that only a chance based or a lottery based game should be considered for the TDS. But as of now, what we have seen, a lot of companies are also withholding tax on the amount of prize money which they are distributing to the players. So this is one thing. The other thing is the regulation governing the e-gaming industry. There has been a lot of litigation around fantasy games. The government has alleged that these kind of games are kind of betting games or gambling games where you are betting on the chance. So one need to see whether this is a chance-based game or a skill-based game. In recent judgments of Bombay High Court and Punjab and Haryana High Court, the courts have held that Dream 11, which is a public judgment, so I can name it. Dream 11 is a fantasy game which requires a lot of skills while playing the game. It is not a chance based. You are not just playing on chance. You are selecting players. You are playing with your skill that which player I need to select, and then you are contributing and winning a bet out of it, winning a prize money out of it. So it is not something which can be said to be a gambling in the nature, and therefore, and I must mention that gambling is prohibited in India apart from certain specific regulations which the state governments have regulated. So apart from those regulations, e-gaming as of now is not allowed in the nature of gambling. So what we have seen is whether it is a chance-based game or it is a skill-based game. What must see distinction between whatever game if you are trying to build, whether it is a chance-based or skill-based. The other thing is chance is also something which is distinguishable between betting and chance. Chance is like three-card game. It is a chance based, but it is not betting. Betting is something that whether team A will win or team B will win. Cricket may agar if you are watching a match of India versus Australia and you say that Australia will win or India will win, that is considered as a betting game. That is a bit ahead of the chance based games also. So betting is totally prohibited in India, and you cannot make any kind of game which is based on betting. So these are the kind of regulations which we have in India. Then there will be regulations regarding the privacy of the data. You must have very careful look at the privacy agreement which you enter with the user of the content or the game while downloading the app. So therefore, the legal documentation behind all your gaming must be very, very robust, so that there is no unauthorized use of the data which you are gathering from the user. Secondly, there are also restrictions on the sale of the data which you are collecting from the user. So in international markets, so for example in Europe, there is a lot of restriction on usage of the data which you have collected from a user based in Europe. So one must be very, very careful while using such data, and one must consult with their professionals, chartered accountants, or the lawyers to how to take it forward. And these are the issues which we are seeing as of now, and one must be very, very careful about going ahead with gaming industry. So as in date, the gaming industry is very nascent. It is catching up with the other industries. It is one of the very fast moving entertainment industries, which is providing a lot of opportunity and wealth creation to people and entrepreneurs. As Harsh and Vibhor mentioned, that they are also providing outsourcing services. So for example, if someone in US or Europe, a gaming company wants to develop a game, they are outsourcing those services to Indian companies who are specializing in graphics, in algorithms, in mathematics, in probabilities, in all those development. So India brings those opportunities to the foreign gaming companies, that they can get the best quality of games developed in India. So this is something which we are seeing a huge growth in the market. And as we are speaking, many of the Indian population will be playing games on their mobile phones. So one must keep an eye on this particular arena, this field, and we must see a lot of traction from the investors as well as from the entrepreneurs in the coming times. With this, I would like to thank all my fellow participants and panelists for taking out time and sharing their valuable thoughts with all of us. It has been great talking to all of you, and we thank all the participants to take out time and attend this webinar and asking a lot of interesting queries to the panelists. We will keep on organizing such seminars on YouTube channel of Startup Bazaar, and we look forward to your active participation. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again in the next webinar.
Thank you, Anshul.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Anshul.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Harsh, Vibhor, Parshav, and thank you, Anshul, for organizing this. We would love to partner with you for all future events. And thank you for all the viewers for watching this. Keep safe.
Thank you. We are ending the broadcast. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.